My heart contains the only phantom reactor for miles. It's the only way, Tef.
This bomb is too big. It will destroy your heart, too.
It's gonna be a tight fit putting my heart in here. Just like the game Tarantula. It's what I trained for. I am the best. Shells and flesh, I can save them.
You can't do this, Samantha.
I can't lose American Lane again.
Haven't we both given up enough for their wars? I can't lose you again. Not after.
I'm sorry, Tef.
Step away from the bomb, Evis!
Like Hexgurry, I've got a big heart. You can't stop me, and you can't stop it.
He's got your mom's gun.
Tef!
Go! I'm fine. Do what you have to. And Sam...
Don't. I can't. Not now.
I love you.
Our old house, 809 American Lane, will never feel like home again. I doubt anywhere will. But the places are never why you care. It isn't the buildings you fight for. It's who you remember there. A father.
Put the gun back, Sema.
A brother.
Are you bringing Mom back home, sis?
A girl you liked.
See you after boot camp.
Even the ones you lost.
Sama, I need you to be strong for your father.
They're what I was protecting, and the reason I came back. I didn't find what I'd hoped, not on the front, and not when I returned. I found memories, heartbreak, and regret. But I also found love and one last fight. So this is me, after I came home and fought a new war, after I was a soldier. Evers.
Zinging zap of a first season finale on Ever's After. Wow. She stopped a bomb. She used a cybernetic heart. Town saved. Say no more. Say no more. Next up is your afternoon delight turning into too much adult nap time. Wake up. Radiation Ships is now on WSPN. The Spoon.
Junkies and juicers, crazies and rocker boys, settlers and survivors, to all you radheads out there in Radiation Nation, we are on the front lines fighting for hearts and parts. We are broadcasting live from our EBS compound, an undisclosed location deep in the lines of the Sadlands. Our hearts pure, back strong, and eyes shielded from the glare of the bone waste. I'm host Rad Flake, and with me, the Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Radiation Ship.
I suppose it is their radiation ship. It's clearly not ours anymore.
You said it, Professor. Now, there's some disturbing developments here recently.
To say the least.
I apologize if I sound a little under the weather. Professor and I have spent the last 37 hours in our skivvies, looking for bugs, looking for wires, looking for taps, trying to figure out how these criminals, how these absolutely just deplorable WSPN, that's what they call themselves.
It's not even a word.
It's not a word. There's no vowels.
I have a degree in spelling from MIT, and I can assure you that WSPN is not a word.
Well, more than that, I can tell you, it doesn't feel like a word. Right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a word at all.
No, on no plane of existence, not the physical plane, not the astral plane. I've also studied with the angel linguists from Texas A&M, and it just doesn't feel right.
That's absolutely right, Professor. And there's been some speculation on what this could mean, what these letters stand for. Is it an organization? Is it initials? Is it some person? Now, we know for a fact that Regini, Remy Germini with Regini, he must be into it somehow, because he was part of that episode where it became clear that they were broadcasting us. Now, Jenny, for those of you out there who have any sort of business dealings with them, I would recommend caution. We made a deal with these people. It seemed very lucrative. It seemed very beneficial. It seemed very friendly. This guy seemed like a nice guy. He put on a nice face. Mm-hmm. But as soon as we made that deal, ladies and gentlemen, WSPN is in here. Mm-hmm. Got their feelers in here, got their tentacles, got their claws, got their tails with the little scorpion hook in our studio.
Scorpion tails. Stealing
our voices. Ladies and gentlemen, stealing our voices. I floated the idea last time that possibly WSPN could stand for We Steal Property Now. And regardless of whether or not that's what they think of themselves as, that's what they are.
Yeah.
They're stealers, they're thievers, they're bandits.
It's not even the monetary concerns that concern me. My concern is more about integrity, the structural integrity of the information that we provide you. The wisdom that we provide you, the listener, is free. We don't charge you for it. We don't shake you down for payments or donations. We provide this to you out of our own benevolently. We don't tell you what to ask, and we don't chastise you for your wrongness. We just lovingly and enlightenedly let you drink of our rarefied knowledge. Now, I know often your initial reaction will be to pass this knowledge on to your intellectually plebeian brethren, but you should not. You should not. When I dispense my wisdom, I attune it perfectly to the oeuvre of your life. If you then try to pass it on to someone else, you'll just do it wrong. And that's my concern with this WSPN racket. If they redistribute my insight, they'll do it wrong.
And you called it a racket, Professor, and that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. This racket, because like you said, when we give advice, we're giving it to you. Our listener. Mm-hmm. And if you're not our listener, well, we don't know who we're giving the advice to. Yeah. It can be dangerous. It can be dangerous to use this advice in an ill-advised situation. Mm-hmm. And so I would caution any of you out there listening to WSPN, turn your radio off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Pull the plug. Throw it in a river.
Well, don't
throw it in a river.
Don't turn it off entirely. I mean, you just switch it to our station, because then you won't hear us tell you about how you're wrong and how you can be less wrong. But just turn the dial. Just switch it from WSPN to us. Come home to us. We're your home. Don't literally come here. You will almost certainly die from the trip mines. But come home metaphorically. Come home emotionally. Come home with your radio.
And furthermore, I can tell this is a racket because they're hiding behind these aliases, whether it's Regini or Remy or Germany or WSPN. Which, as we've said, what does that even stand for? There's been some speculation. And I've got a list here of just, like I said, over the last 37 hours, we've been in our skivvy sort of looking for bugs, sort of checking various crevices, and we've gone through the decontamination shower like 16 times.
Inch by
inch. Piece.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in here.
Yeah.
So these people, I mean, I don't know if they're reading our minds to rebroadcast. I don't know how they're doing this, ladies and gentlemen. This WSPN could stand for anything. It could stand for where strange people nag, whenever someone peeps navels, warp summon plump nurglings. It could be whisper silent precious nothings. It could be werewolf silverware prevents noshing, or wraith silently prevent needs, wonky stupid punchable nerds, weird stinky pansy Nazis, weird scared puppy nappers, Nancy boy scum dungaree lickers, darn hungry jumbly cowards!
Yeah.
They're harpies picking off the scraps of our bones!
Those are definitely series of words.
I think it's time we got to the bottom of this, Professor. Yeah. Like we've said many times, this show is for our listeners, and this show is about their problems. Mm-hmm. But right now, I don't think we can safely help them, like you've said.
No.
If this advice is rebroadcast to the wrong person, the results, mm-hmm. the impact to the world around it could be catastrophic.
Yeah. Good advice.
It could be apocalyptic.
Good advice.
In nature.
Good advice given by the wrong person could be bad advice.
Absolutely. Now, you know
And bad advice is bad.
that we are professional advice givers. It's what we do.
That's why they call it bad advice.
Absolutely it is. Now, we're giving it to a specific person, and in this case, this specific person is you.
They wouldn't call it bad if it wasn't bad.
If your loved one listens to this,
That's what bad means.
if your loved one listens to advice meant for you,
Bad means bad.
who knows what could happen?
And that's
Because it applies to you in one way,
not good.
but they might leave you.
Not at all.
They might come to harbor some sort of internal resentment because that advice wasn't meant for them.
Mm-hmm.
These little pieces of advice clinging to them, sticking to their person.
Yeah.
Well, it'll hang on them. It'll hang on them. It'll be a detriment to the way they live because that advice is not meant for them.
It sticks to your skin just like a virus.
Just like a virus. And that can spread too, just like a virus. Somebody tells something else to someone else. Oh, now they've got the virus too.
Yeah.
And then they broadcast it out to a bunch of different people who weren't supposed to hear it. Now the virus is just all over the airwaves.
Well, I mean, that's not.
It's in your computers. It's in your children. It's in your pets. It's in your goldfish.
That's just science.
That's absolutely, and that brings me to something else, which is science is what we should be looking at here.
Yeah.
In this, absolutely. So let's take the scientific method.
Yeah.
Let's test this, right? Because we know WSPN is in fact absolutely some sort of criminal overlord organization stealing what we're making.
Yeah.
And rebroadcasting it. So what we need to do is let's find these people.
Yeah.
And let's give them what for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's give them some advice.
Scientifically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I think probably the first step in any scientific procedure is to gather opinions. So let's go ahead and see if our first caller knows anything.
Sounds good. Caller, go ahead. What's your name? Are you with WSPN?
Hey, I'm Johnny Cakes. Thank you so much. I've been so excited to listen to the show. I am the 400th listener, and this is my first call. Thank you so much. So I have some problems that I would like to talk to you guys about, if that's okay.
Well, what do you know about WSPN, and what kind of problems have they caused for you?
Nothing. They bring this wonderful show to me.
All right, he's got nothing, Caden. Cut him.
Okay, well, we'll just have to.
Okay, maybe we got this scientific thing starting wrong, because maybe it's not about gathering opinions, but making opinions.
Yeah.
So let's make an opinion. Who knows something about WSPN beyond what we do?
I mean, we could talk to Mailman.
That's not a bad idea.
I wonder if Mailman knows anything.
I said Mailman might know something. All right, he gets around a bit, right?
He does.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I would assume those emails come from somebody.
He does little else. He just gets around.
Right. Okay. Listeners, as I hate to do this to you, I hate to steal precious time from you, but we're not the ones stealing it.
No.
Let's be honest. This is WSPN's fault.
Yeah.
They have stolen from us. They have stolen from you.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is fight to get back what you deserve. We're going to call the mailman. We're going to find them, and we are going to bring them to a reckoning.
We are co-victims, but together we will be co-victors.
You're listening to Radiation Ships, a massage for your love muscle. But first, buy this stuff.
Hi, you may know me as award-winning actor and entrepreneur, Bland Tingles. I've appeared in such shows as Ever's After and Mouth Sounds and started such companies as Think Sport Industries and Technotronic Brain Inserts Limited. I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about bounty hunting. In my line of work, sometimes you need a particular person found, whether for a character part or a body part. That's when I rely on my friends over at Matches Strike and Catch. They've been in the business longer than anybody, and they have the reputation to prove it. Light up your target with Matches Strike and Catch.
We're back with Radiation Ships and WSPN. The Spoon.
So it's imperative that we find out who's actually behind this.
Yeah.
Who this mysterious WSPN is, and why they feel the need to do this to us.
Yeah.
Why they feel the need to do this to our listeners.
Anyone.
Yeah. Caden, you got that call? Yeah. Send it through the mailman, please. Mailman. Excuse me. Always do that.
Hey there, yeah, this is the mailman.
Hey, mailman, this is Rad. With me, as always, Sean.
Hello.
Professor.
Hey there, Rad. Hey, Sean, how are you?
I don't have words for the trauma that we have endured, Mailman. It has become apparent to us that the show that we do weekly, twice weekly, thrice weekly, is being stolen from us and being redistributed by some mysterious and malevolent entity that calls itself WSPN.
Yeah, a mysterious force, a mysterious company, what have you, individual, just known as Wispin. That's all we know.
Geez, that sounds like a pickle there.
And yeah, absolutely, it's unprecedented. It's absolutely unprecedented. Long story short, you are on the air. We should tell them that first off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are being broadcast, and I would assume being rebroadcast. I would assume.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is there something I can help you with there?
Absolutely. We were thinking, and we were trying to approach this from a scientific method.
Yeah.
Forming opinions and then acting on them. Thinking about it, we thought you and your friends over there with the mailman might know something about this WSPN. You are, after all, I would assume, fairly well traveled.
Oh yeah. I mean, I see all kinds of things. I've definitely seen those letters before. Now, not in that order necessarily, but I am familiar with that term. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start there. What order have you seen those letters in?
Mostly backwards.
Okay. Does that sound like a code to you, Professor?
An NPSW. Not particularly suspicious. Wow.
Well, I don't have the best vision either, so it could be something else too.
Let's just go on to something else then, if we can.
Sure, yeah.
If you haven't seen those letters in that particular order, apparently we're being rebroadcast, re-recorded, re-something. They've found a way to steal our noises and take them for their own. Our radio station, while we would love to upgrade it to where it can broadcast further, and Caden has definitely been a big help in getting a little bit more range. We only have a few hundred kilometers, a few thousand kilometers. I can't remember what the last figure was, but there's a radius, and it's basically just the Sadlands that we can reach.
We're not mathematicians, so we're not good with the numbers.
It's true,
but we know that there is a number of kilometers involved.
Absolutely. There's definitely a number.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a scientific number.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1,500.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know all kinds of numbers.
Yeah, okay. Sure. So, how many numbers do you know?
I know a bunch, but I mean, as to how many numbers I know?
Yeah.
I definitely know several. I mean, listen, I travel the territories all the time. So I see all kinds of numbers, and I'm familiar with almost all of them.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So how about radio stations? In specifically radio stations outside of sort of the area that the professor and I are used to, the sort of Sadlands and the Bone Waste, our little mountain over here in the corner of nowhere. Don't come looking for us. Do you know if any radio stations that broadcast outside of that?
Well, I'll tell you, I did see a kid listen to a radio on my last route.
Okay.
Now, my route's usually about 4 months or so, so it was a while ago, but he did look suspicious.
Okay.
And, it may not have been a kid. It may have been an adult. And I don't remember if it was a boy or, you know what? It may have been a dog.
Okay.
I think I saw a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some form of ambulatory automaton was in proximity to a radio. But that's good. That's more information than we had previously. Was this automaton holding a microphone to the radio? And was that microphone then attached to some sort of a bullhorn? We're just trying to wrap our heads around how somebody could go about stealing our broadcast. And that's the best idea that we have is that somebody has a sort of a microphone bullhorn combination, and that's how they're doing it.
Hey, you know, Professor, I actually don't know that much about dogs. It's been a while since I've actually seen one. So you know, it may not have been a dog. It may have been you know, some kind of dog-like creature.
Okay.
This figure was huddled over this radio, just listening to it like real close.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a dog.
Yeah,
That's
I had a bad feeling.
Probably was.
As soon as I saw it, had a bad feeling.
Yeah, 4 legs. Real.
Yeah,
4 legs. Yeah. Real distrustworthy looking.
Yeah.
Kind of sneaky and like with those little beady eyes.
Yeah, I did not like it.
Yeah, that's definitely probably a dog.
Did not like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'd like to take this opportunity to address WSPN directly. WSPN, you are a bad boy. You are a bad boy. You're a very bad boy, and that's bad.
Hey, you know, I'll tell him next time I see him. I'll tell him that.
Please do.
Please do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it turns out that it's not in fact a dog, if this creature is just canine adjacent, please still, with the same sentiment, carry that message.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll let it know.
Yeah, but you know, it occurs to me that this creature was listening to the radio and not necessarily rebroadcasting. That might not actually be this WSPN that we've heard so much about.
That's fair. That's a terrible name for a dog.
It's a really bad name for a dog. It's hard to call.
I mean,
it seems like a bad name for anything, frankly, to me.
It's true, but you have.
Why would you call anything that? It's ridiculous. It's disgusting.
You have traveled far and wide. You know, I guess you are privy to more styles of nomenclature than we are here in the bunker. So I suppose what's a bad name for us here in the bunker, WSPN, could be quite standard.
Oh yeah, it's context sensitive for sure.
So going back to that, this dog. Have you seen anything else radio adjacent, rebroadcasting, any sort of monstrous, criminal looking radio equipment anywhere? Anything that would resemble that? Just anything. We're working with crumbs here.
Yeah. Anything that you've seen, or any scuttlebutt that you have picked up, any kind of banter amongst your people or the people to whom you deliver your messages. Have you heard any talk of WSPN?
You know, amongst the other mailmen, I could see what the Buttlescott is. I could definitely ask my friend.
Was that your friend Mailman?
Mailman.
Oh,
yeah.
Mailman.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Mailman. I'm Mailman.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was getting you too confused. I apologize.
Whoa, Red, you and I.
It's just the names, man. Oh, I know. Now, how's Lucy doing, by the way?
She's great. I mean, she's doing well considering.
Yeah. Well, you do what you can in those situations.
Well, you know, it's real sad, but you know, we make do. We make do.
I gotta say, our heart really goes out to you. Really goes out to Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, guys, thanks so much.
And you've been through it, and you know. You've seen the bone wastes.
Oh yeah, sure.
You've traveled them. That's just more than I can say. You know, I try to stay out of them. Just stick to the perimeter if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch it.
But next time you come by, we'll totally, we can hang out, out on the porch for a bit, maybe have a drink or two.
Oh sure, I think I'm scheduled there in a couple months. So if you got any remails or anything coming your way, I'll make sure you get them.
Great, thank you, thank you very much.
Sure.
So it doesn't look like we're getting very far with this.
No.
It sounds like, well, you're well traveled, but I'm sure a radio would just weigh you down. The way you guys have to zip from place to place, month after month, hundreds of miles.
The climbing, the swimming.
This guy's the real hero, people.
The spelunking, the ziplining.
Oh gosh, well, it's
scaling.
You got to swing out those crocodile pits.
Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a hero's work necessarily, but at the same time, I probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would absolutely agree with you. It's not a hero's work, but it absolutely is.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to swing on a vine. Sometimes that vine is a python,
It's you got to be careful.
Hey, you laugh, but it's happened.
Hmm.
And the bats that move up and down, and it's like, got to dodge those bats.
Yeah.
A lot of difficulty in your line of work. Yeah. A A lot of injury, a lot of danger.
A lot of spelunking. Well, you know, the mail has to get there, and that's
Right.
what we do.
That's the old saying, right?
That's the gig, right?
Bat or snake or swing or alligator.
Yeah.
The mail must get through.
That's the mail corps. We're hardcore.
Absolutely. Well,
Hardcore males.
because you're so well traveled, you may not know yourself, but can you think anybody else that might be able to help us with this?
I'll tell you what. I do know a guy. He may know a guy.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll tell you what. Give me 1 minute. Let me get them on the horn.
Okay.
And you know, they may be able to help you out. Hold on. Please hold, and I'll be right with you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right, bye-bye.
It's a good man, that mailman.
That mailman, he's something special.
Yeah.
You know?
Smokes Kitterettes.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Long-lasting, smooth, great tasting.
Rolled by children's
Kitterettes.
fingers. Yeah.
And we all love Kitterettes here, but let's get back to the real question at hand. What is WSPN?
Radiation ships will be right back. Now another commercial break on WSPN, The Spoon.
You tired? Surely you're not tired of all these savings. There's so many savings. Hi, I'm Paul with Piles. I can barely believe in these deals. We've got piles of piles for you to choose from. Buy a bunch and save a bundle. We've got piles of rags. You could fall asleep on that. How about rags? We've got piles of those too. Piles of rags, yeah. Doesn't it? It isn't just we have rags. You might as well be piles of rags. That was a joke. Just ask me if you don't believe we have rags.
Don't be a pile, buy one at Piles, inside the Westgate warehouse just off of Highway 96.
Wanting more? You don't have to steal your mother's silverware. We have the utensil for you on WSPN, The Spoon.
So, you know, how else could they be rebroadcasting us? If we really think about this, you know, from a real, you know, rational point of view.
Yeah.
Psychics.
Okay.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
That's where I would
Psychics.
go.
Yeah.
Does that can you rebroadcast psychics?
I think, well, it depends on the nature of the psychic powers in question. If you're the type of psychic that can only hear, that it's a little more challenging. You could listen to somebody listening to the broadcast, and then you can orally relay the information. However, I think more efficiently would be a network of psychics who can listen to your thoughts and psychics who can project their own thoughts.
Sure.
And so if you can envision a network hundreds of kilometers wide, interspersed, alternating broadcasting psychics and receiving psychics, I think that could work.
Now, some people say that there's no such thing as psychics.
Right. Well,
so can robots read our thoughts?
I mean, some days it feels like it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It seems sometimes like robots and computers can read our thoughts sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not true. We're just typing, and it shows up on the screen.
Is that how that works?
It's an illusion. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing the way they do that.
That's a load off my mind.
Welcome to Lumpa's Satellite School. How can I help you?
WSPN. Do you know anything about WSPN?
Are you WSPN?
No.
We are certainly not.
Absolutely not. You take that back.
No, we are Professor Sean Befroyen and Rad Flink. We host.
I'm Rad Flink, Professor.
This is radiation. Why are you guys calling me? Oh, what's going on? Hey, guys.
Well, we called Mailman.
Mailman forwarded.
Oh, Mailman, love him,
Yeah.
love him,
love him. He forwarded our call on to you because he thought you might have information for us.
Oh yeah. You guys want to join the school? Yeah, we got satellite schools all over. It's amazing. Coffee is he turned out really well. He actually he started the program way better than I thought. Those eyes on the right, really, they just allowed him to be able to see and lump the shit out of people. So yeah, you guys can come down anytime you need. We got satellite schools. You can go anywhere you want, all over the Sadlands. It's so like a trader location, but like a tiny hut
So WSPN is a school in space?
They've got huts, is what I'm hearing.
It's a hut.
Why? Are we talking about the radio network?
Radio network. Now, what is network?
It's when you put stuff together. Like we're a network of satellite schools.
Is that what the N stands for?
Yeah, possibly. For us, we just call it LPPPN.
Okay.
Which is lumpers posterior, possibly portent behind.
Okay.
We don't know what to do with the N.
Okay.
I would recommend network.
Network.
That seems to be a good one.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so Rad, for your list, just use a pencil, but cross out Nazi.
Yep.
And write.
Hang on. Do you take this for a second? Let me get back to that list.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just cross out Nazi and write in network with a question mark next to it, and that'll help us do that.
So you guys are calling for WSPN's The Spoon, right?
So weird, stinking pansy network? Is that what we're thinking?
Spoon?
The Spoon, like the WSPN The Spoon, that thing. They're on the radio. Turn it on. It's there.
Spoon.
I mean, there is a spoon on the radio.
You guys are
over there.
You guys are on that. That's what I was listening to you on last time we talked.
But that's from breakfast earlier.
Okay, so you heard us on your radio, but through WSPN. Okay, so we can also while you got your pencil out, cross out psychics.
Right.
So it seems as however it is they're doing this, they're using the radio.
Okay. So those are off the list now.
Okay. This is good. This is a good fact-finding mission.
I'm glad I'm helping you guys. You guys are fantastic. So glad you're calling me now for my problems. Okay, so now that I've started this thing, right? So like Carthy is running the school, and it's kind of become frustrating because he was like an evil, overarching lord. I did not expect him to do so well at the sort of game we played.
Okay.
So he became sort of a master. I'm pretty much now a secretary of my own school.
Okay. So what you're telling me is this person has taken your information and is rebroadcasting it to other people, and in doing so has usurped your authority, is muddying the information that you're relaying, is undercutting you, and is violating you as a person.
Yeah, and I mean, while it was my child, I mean, as much as a mutant can be a child, it pisses me off.
Okay, so that's an excellent insight. Rad, do you have any children? Is there a possibility that WSPN is the fruit of your loins?
I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't say it's a very good possibility.
Your children is a radio?
No, I mean, I don't associate with machines as much as I can help it. I guess the question here.
Wait, no, but I heard a lot of association for machines a few episodes ago.
Wait, what do you mean?
You guys had sandwich drones, and you were fucking sandwich drones? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was vacuuming at the time, so when you listen to something but you can't quite pay attention.
Giving advice to a drone, giving advice to a caller is one thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having children with I'll leave it to the imagination.
This is exactly the kind of marring of information that I've been concerned about with WSPN. We help callers. We have automated worker drones calling us for information, and then by the time WSPN tells you about it, suddenly there's copulation.
Suddenly we're associating with them.
Yeah.
Suddenly we're having some sort of unholy relationship with them.
Okay, so last time I talked to you guys, you had an expansive bunker, and I've done some work to make my bunker a little bit nicer, but now you're fucking radios? I'm very confused. Why are you calling? You guys want to sign up? We got a class at 4 p.m. Just come on over. You can sign up anytime.
Okay, we'll take that under advisement. Speaking
Back
of...
at the head lumping.
We have now a good idea of which ones of these letters are and are not which words. So P does not stand for psychic.
Okay.
Absolutely does not stand for psychic.
No.
N probably stands for network. P could stand for probably, but I'm not sure. N does not stand for not.
No.
We know that.
S may stand for spoon?
S may stand for spoon. The spoon was mentioned, but we don't know what the W.
Yeah.
The W so far is a mystery.
Yeah.
Now, a W turned upside down as an M.
Yeah.
That could mean something. Do you have any insight on that, caller?
Yes. M's definitely look like W's when they are turned back and forth. I
told you.
Confirm that right now, yes. Is that right? Yeah, they say that's right.
That sounds reasonable. Okay, so this WSPN, we're trying to find them.
Turn it like sideways. And
It's kind of like an even, right? It's like an E.
Flash through it. I don't know what that means.
And number 3.
A 3? Is that a 3?
Oh yeah, it could be
the 3-spoon network.
Okay. Well, anything else I can help you with, guys?
Yeah, we still need to find a location. I think we've got a good start on this sort of who this WSPN could be.
Yeah.
But we need to find a location on these people.
Okay.
We need to be able to contact them directly and ask them why they're stealing our content.
Yeah.
You see, much like your son has taken over your school, this radio station has taken over our show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we need to find some sort of restitution. We need to talk to these people and find out. Well, we need to do more than just talk to these people. I mean, let me leave it at that. So do you know anyone else who might help us locate
Oh yeah,
WSPN?
I got a guy. He travels all the time. He's actually a pretty good friend of mine. Here, I'll forward him right over to you guys. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right, we're so close.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow.
We're so close.
Trying to follow up on this idea of a 3-spoon network. Now, I guess depending on what the spoon is made of, and if it's a metal spoon, they're conductive. So if somebody out there has figured out a way to connect 3 spoons together, and using that as a way to focus our broadcast, that might be reaching other people's radios.
Or possibly could it be some sort of aristocratic signal, some sort of code to each other that's just like we got a soup spoon and a salad spoon and a crab spoon, and look at our fancy dinner, and we take all of your stuff and resell it and resend it out to your listeners without any regards to their safety.
Bougie silverware menagerie.
Could be.
Hey, this is Mailman.
Mailman? Any relation to Mailman?
Mail. Oh, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah, this is Mailman.
Oh, is it Mailman?
Yeah.
Oh.
They call me Mailman sometimes, but yeah.
Well, this is Professor Sham DeFroyen, and with me as always is Rad Flink.
Oh, hey there, Rad. Hey, Sean.
Hey, yeah. How's the family?
How are you guys been? I'm good. Family's good. Lucy's, okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So we were just speaking with a friend of yours, some sort of a lump person.
Oh yeah.
So he thought that maybe you might have information about WSPN. So I'm wondering if maybe since we last spoke, have you obtained information?
I know the lumper. We go way back. I'm actually at one of his schools right now, doing some diversity training.
So now, just to kind of recap, since last we spoke, we're still being rebroadcast by WSPN, and to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind giving them a lumping.
Hey, ask him if they still wanted to go to the school. Hey, yeah. Hey, did you guys want to still go to the school or what?
That's.
I'll tell you, they're very good. They're very good here. We teach the best stuff.
While not entirely off the table right now, we do have a higher priority at this exact moment. We are trying to find a location or a hint of a location for this insidiously thieving organization that is stealing our broadcasts. Now, once we have identified where they are, we might take a stop by the school to acquire some new skills. Maybe I won't make a firm commitment on that right now. But supposing we were to put that out as a possibility, might that yield more information than before?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you come by, just make sure that you drop my name, because they could definitely, they're very reasonable here. Mm-hmm. As to your query, that's... How much can they pay? How many cans do they have?
Hey.
Should I turn on the radio, because I can't hear them anymore? Okay, maybe I should turn off the radio.
Who's that in the background?
I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
We got some feedback here.
Sure, yeah.
But I tell you what.
Let me frame it like this. Let me see if I can recontextualize the query that we have posited. Mailman, if we were to write a letter and address it to WSPN, and then give it to you to deliver, where would you bring it?
Well, the first thing I would do is probably check the address.
Okay.
I would
then take it to the nearest internet depot.
Okay, now that depot's downtown, right? The closest depot's downtown, right? Or we're talking Sadlands. It's
They've got them all over the place. But yeah, that's the nearest one.
Okay. Well, maybe we need to take this into our own hands, Professor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after all, as the mailman has made clear, there's a bit of travel involved in the job, but
right,
I believe we have a plan of action.
I think so.
That we've taken, and I believe we have something special coming for WSPN.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, mailman.
Hey, no problem. I'm happy to help. If there's anything that I can do to help, you let me know, and I'm there.
We'll keep in touch, and I'm holding you to that drink in next time you come by.
Give Lucy our best.
You betcha.
Her name's Lucy, right?
Was that mailman or mailman?
I'm not sure. And is it Lucy Mailman or is it Lucy the Mailman? She could be Lucy Female Man. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
All right, well, I think we have a plan of action.
Yeah.
And we got something special on the way for WSPN, so if you were still listening out there, WSPN, there's a reckoning, and postage will be due on delivery.
Mm-hmm.
One last special little feature for you, WSPN.
Bring it.
Did you hear something, Professor?
I believe I did.
Oh, yeah! Hope you brought your shades. It's about to get real bright in here. You better get to the shelter because it is time for another nuclear call-out! It's time for another nuclear call-out. Who's in the spotlight today? Why, it is WSPN. You've heard their description. You know their name. Today's ground zero is WSPN. We do not know the current location, but I'm sure someone out there, one of our fine listeners, does. Or one of the fine listeners being broadcast. We said before that advice was dangerous if being heard rebroadcasting. Please don't apply that to this.
Nope.
You should go ahead and just do whatever you feel your heart to your heart's content.
Live your truth.
This is your chance to win fabulous prizes, fabulous rewards, ladies and gentlemen. You know the dead drop location. It is down on I-65 south of town, side of the highway. There's a big old statue, 2 legs like oak trees, and a head faceless on the ground beside it. There at the feet, you will find the dead drop location. Just provide proof that you have found and handled WSPN, and wondrous prizes and rewards will be yours to have, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been a while, Professor.
It's been a little while.
It's been a while since we've been on a walk together.
It has.
And I think it might be time to take another one.
I think so.
Yeah. So
swing by the Skulls, pick up a couple of travel-sized.
Broadcast schedule may have some unscheduled changes, but we'll keep you up to date on that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Radiation Ship. I am Rand Flink. With me, as always, the Professor.
That's me.
Don't come looking for us. In WSPN, we're coming looking for you.
Oh, yeah.